Initiating match.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another SVU live stream. I'm Coach Kev. We're jumping in best of 5. I don't know if the volume to my mic ratio is going to work. I had to adjust it for League. We'll see what it is here for Overwatch. We will get to our players here. Atlas, Jack, Livy, Ronald Reagan, and Thane. The usual lineup here for the Knights. Semester has dwindled. The Knights here at the campus have dwindled. But our spirit lives on, fighting for third place here against Mount Union, who took us out in the semifinals back in the conference. But it was a close game, 5-game banger of a series. We'll see what these teams have learned about each other. We'll see what the Knights can do here in game number 1 on Li Zhang. So some poke coming out. Jack on the flank. Going to apply some pressure here on the flank. Okay, Atlas will get a pick on the Moira. What can the Knights do? Jack going to go in pretty hard. He's going to back up. Health pack just respawning. Thane on the Domino. Sigma was banned. Thane getting low, but not going to die. Neither team giving up the point just yet. The Knights not able to get any more kills. And we'll find one there on the Bastion. Can they find another one here? Good peel coming out. Livy will go down. And so will Thane. So the Knights trading kills back and forth, but not able to get position. Not able to get valuable enough kills. And the beam coming out from the Symmetra doing work here on the Knights. Alright, so Mount Union going to start capping the point. Remember, it's a best of 3 inside the best of 5. So this is the first round of the first map. Okay, Livy will go down to the Ram. They do get a trade of support. Looking for the Ram kill, or maybe the boop here from Ronald Reagan. Jack will find 2. But the Ram killing everyone. The ulti coming through as well, so Ram kills 4. Knights run out of damage. A fight they thought they would have won, but not able to get enough DPS on Mount Union's tank. Jack instantly gets exploded. Thane poking. Comes the TP in. So nice poking and prodding. Here comes the ulti. So the Symmetra ult comes in, but can the Knights play around it? Knights have okay position, but they lose Jack. Here comes the ult from Thane. They will take down 2. Can they kill the tank, though? This was the problem last time. Rook doing a good job from Mount Union, staying alive and keeping this point as long as possible. The Knights just don't have the DPS capabilities. Ult going to come in just for 1. He will get life pulled away, but the Knights will eventually kill him. Should be able to get control of the point now. So the Knights start capping, but Mount Union at 99% here for the first round. They only need one big fight to take control and take this first round of this first map. So the Knights going to try to get things going. So, holding the choke, but Mount Union just waiting to get some. There goes the preemptive ult from Jack Jack. We'll grab 2. Knights will win this fight, but it's not going to do too much if they can't win the next 2 fights. So the Knights going to have to rotate back their ults. Sitting on 2 support ults. Almost have the Mei ult back up. So might be stalling enough time for that. But the Ram ult coming in for Mount Union. So here comes a push. Beat goes down. The ult from Ramantra doing a lot. The Knights trying to survive. They will find the kill on to the soldier. But here comes the ult dump from Mount Union. Is it enough? Can the Knights survive? Can they hold off these ultimates? Domina getting low, and the Knights dropping 1 by 1. So it looks like they will not. So the Knights not able to hold off that push. And I think using their ults preemptively before, not the right call. Didn't have enough buttons in the tank to defend against the Mount Union push. It was a good beat from Ronald Reagan, but gotta feel like if you had a, nanoed Reaper ult, could deter that huge push, but Knights not able to do so. So they'll drop the first round. Not the end of the world. Still can take this first map. We'll see what happens here on the second round. So Knights coming out. Laying down some poke. Atlas trying to find some icicles, but we'll go down to the beam. The beam finds 2. The Knights all fall down to the Symmetra. So Knights need to figure out how to deal with this. Not able to do enough damage to threaten the enemy. Really just relying on the Reaper ult to find the majority of their kills. Mount Union balling up. Knights trying to expose one with the wall. Jack Jack going in. Will find the Symmetra. Looking for 2. Going to fade. The reinforcements get there. So the Knights with a good 2-pronged attack will take control. They're going to need to be able to spread them out like that to win these fights. And the Knights realizing it there and doing nicely. Now the Knights with position. Thane poking on the bridge. Seeing 3 ults come in from Mount Union. 2 for the Knights. Knights going to use 1 here. Ram ult seeming to be too much once again, though. Knights getting pushed back. Not able to survive the TP. The TP ult dump seeming to be too much here for the Knights. Atlas looking for some poke. Now the Knights with ults of their own. Atlas will ice block here. But what's the play for the Knights? They're not committing to using too much just yet. But you don't want to lose the fight. Jack Jack will go in and find 2 with his ult. So the Knights, if they only... Oh, they did use the Livy and the Reaper ult. So that's good. Knights combo a couple ults, save a couple. And take the point back. Now, theoretically could win this next fight. We'll see how long Mount Union wants to wait for their ults, or if they're going to try to get a pick. Knights need to play smart, need to let that time tick. They're playing to counter that TP, but I don't know if it's going to come in without the ults to back it up. Now they've given up the bridge. So they're going to TP over to the small building here. Knight's going to pop a preemptive ult here from the Mei. We'll grab the soldier, putting damage on the enemy tank. Rook going low, will die. So the Knights win that fight. Almost rotated back around to the Lucio ult at 70%. This next fight is going to have huge implications here. Knights need to be getting what they can. Can they get back to a Jack ult? Unlikely. Livy maybe could get hers. TP coming in. Jack looking for a flank angle. Okay, the ult coming out from Thane, keeping them suppressed. Atlas getting extremely low but not dying. Knights taking that fight. They will clean up the Symmetra. The Knights will take the second round of the first map. So Knights adapting well there. I think Mount Union overcommitting some ults on that earlier push. So the Knights able to get the ult advantage and able to keep it. The great dominant ult there on that TP to really shut down that advance. So Thane doing a good job holding on to that, and the Knights managing their cooldowns well. Now we'll see how things look here on this last round of this map. Looking like a little switch coming up here for Mount Union, with Matt going over to Cassidy and Sojourn coming out for Arcane. Everything else staying the same. Knights sticking with what they got, liking the result of that last round. Alright. So it all comes down to this for the first map. Jack will go down. Not a good death. Rook actually switching over to the Domina as well. So Knights forcing some switches out. But not really able to deal with it right away, and they will lose the first fight, which will put advantage over to Mount Union. Oh, almost got the kill there. We'll get booped off. They'll be going in, not able to hit the sleep. Ronald McDonald trying to duck and weave through. So Knights falling in that fight. I think fighting it a little bit too fast. Jack getting picked so early gave such an easy strong arm for Mount Union. The Knights not able to adapt and slow it down and wait. Trying to just backcap this. Obviously not going to happen, but we'll force the reposition here. Going for the Cassidy, can't quite kill him, and the Knights are dropping one by one. Knights unable to find a fight. Still a decent way off from their big ults. Maybe you can get that Atlas ult online here. So the ult comes out from the enemy Domina. I don't know if the Knights are going to have time to get another fight in. A cap here is big. That'll stall a lot of time. Maybe not a lot, but a couple. Might give the Knights a chance to touch and get another fight, but it's going to be sloppy. Knights do have 3 ultimates. They got to find a way in. They're going to beat. Not going to be able to touch, I don't think. No, they're not. So the Knights will drop the first map. This is a best of 5. So we'll be back in a minute with map number 2. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Map number 2. So the Knights dropping the first map. It's close. That's what it was last time we played these guys. Knights gonna have to find that extra gear. Quick kill coming in on the junk. Are the Knights going to be able to deal with the aggression? Sojourn getting low, but not dying. Bastion has him cornered. Moira picking up some kills. Reinforcements here. Jack against the tank. Jack will die. So Knights lose the opening fight. So, Ronald Reagan switching over to the Brig. Livy on the Kiri. Livy will go down. Gets sniped out by the Sojourn. Boulder going in. Knights losing the fight quickly. Gonna have to back up. Knights not able to approach. So good angles from Mount Union will deny the Knights access in. So this is Flashpoint. So it's first to 3 of a rotating, moving place to hold. Okay, we got double shields coming in, trying to deal with the poke. Knight's going to give up the first flashpoint and rotate over to the next. Bastion getting locked out. Knight's not able to find any kills. Getting disorganized. Mount Union taking control. So pin coming in. Hammer coming out. Knight's still light on kills. Being a little bit patient here. Might be finding an angle. They will find 2. Good healing coming out from Livy, keeping everybody alive for now. Trade of kills there. The Knights finally find a fight. So that's the little bit of patience that we were wanting to see from the Knights. Slow working those angles. Alright, Bastion ult. We're going to go lay down some artillery fire. We'll find 1. Thane will find 2, but 2 get traded out. Alright. Knights' time is ticking in their favor. Knights trying to tie things up on this map 1-1. Flame Strike will not hit, but Jack will. Jack goes down. Atlas here going to ult. Here comes the Sojourn. Can the Knights get some fire on him? Ooh, and Sojourn will take out 2 and live. Thane's still alive, barely. Will die there. The Knights get wiped at 99%. This is not a point you want to give up. Jack doing a little bit of damage. Trying to TP in, not going to work. Jack going into tank mode. We'll get blasted up and taken out. Ulti coming in from the Sojourn. So the Knights had a couple good interactions, but in the end, not able to get the fights they need. Okay, a couple kills coming through. Pin will come in, but still not enough for the Knights. Atlas still fighting, but on the retreat. The Knights trying not to drop this second map. It's not looking good. Gonna have to find an angle here. Knights getting obliterated right out the gate. Pin not going to find its mark. Can the Knights get one last fight here on this map, or will it just be an 0-2 start here in the best of 5? Alright, Bastion going in, trying to ult. Clear them off site. What am I looking at? So map 2 will go over to Mount Union. We'll be back in a second with map number 3.
Play of the game. Epic. Winner.
You're too kind.
Arriving at Consent. Initiating match.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what happened to the camera. It's like bugging out on me here. See if I can fix that. Okay, my IT guy came in, fixed it. Look at that. All right. So, let's see what we can do here. The Knights coming in down 0-2. Your boy Dr. Vertex in there. Dr. Vertex Senior, the only senior on this squad. So, getting some playtime. Typically Marvel Rivals player, but coming in here for some Overwatch comp on the Vendetta. The Knights going in with a full dive setup here. Let's see how they execute. Atlas switching over to support. So Livy on the bench here for this map. We'll see how things go. Okay, so Atlas will go down. Knights going to have to take a second to find their footing. A little bit slow on the trigger pull here. A little bit slow. Vertex going to back up, so the Knights get wiped. Going to have to find... Got to be a little braver. Got to be a little braver, I think. Alright, Vertex on the flank with the sword. Okay, sees the bad guys. Looking to go in. We'll go in. We'll slice. We'll get stunned. We'll back up with the slice. We'll find a kill onto the Juno. Vertex puts some pressure on the back line. Going for the Junkrat. We'll go down. Junkrat finds a couple. Atlas on the Moira. Giving some respect to his brother. The Moira only trick. Who graduated in this last semester. The fall semester. Jack coming through. Okay, Okay, Thane looking for some shots. Alright, so the Knight's not able to find some kills here. Thane on the Doomfist. Vertex on the Tracer will go down. Here comes the Doomfist going in. We're doing a lot of jumping around. Jumping around. Okay, looking for a shot. Looking for a... We're stuck on a truck. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's my camera at? It's my Jack cam. Okay, Knights. Trying to stop the push. Trying to win a fight. Trying to get an ult here for the Jack. Jackster going in with the ulti, spinning and shooting, will die. Vertex going in, looking for some Tracer shots. Looking at the Bastion. Cannot find the Bastion kill. Oh, and the Knight's getting completely wiped. Jack trying to get in, but cannot. Knights will drop 0-3. But it's a good season. 4th place in Nationals. We will see the Knights next semester, next year, with some more Overwatch. Thanks for tuning in.